All right, so you don't want to talk to your mom because she's a bitch, right? Yes. So this is gonna be like a really short mom skip tutorial. I'm gonna show it once and then we kind of say the inputs I do. Um, there's only one real consideration that might make this different for you, depending on how you're doing it. Control the game would be nice. So that's basically mom skip. So I'm gonna go ahead and trigger this dialogue just so I can run back here and go through a little bit slower.
What was all that about?
No
In
idea.
essence, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna run down however you want, and you're gonna jump. You're gonna jump before this like second junction or whatever. So we're from a sprint because it is important that like your speed, uh, your speed like jumping aerially is different if you do it from just like the default run versus if you're doing it from a sprint. So we're gonna be sprinting. We're gonna jump, jump heavy, SD heavy, jump, marquee pod launch, heavy plunge. So the only real difference from like normal inputs is a marquee pod launch. Basically, instead of pod firing and then pod firing and jumping at the same time to get a launch, you can push light, pod fire, and jump at the same time to get what's called like a marquee pod launch. I don't know if it's necessary, but I do it. And that's all there is to it. Your main considerations there's really two main considerations, which is height and distance. When you're doing this, it's important that you don't let your heavies go for too long because obviously once you start moving down, you don't gain any more height. Equally, it's important not to do your heavies too fast because if you do them too fast, you don't gain as much height as you need to. For this particular trick, like it's more about maintaining your height and getting vertical distance, so it's not as important, but you just want to make sure you're not going down. So yep. So I say it's about maintaining height. So you want to be above the mom box. The mom box is I'll pretend it's like here. It's about this height the whole way through. And the box extends basically until this root. If you see me, like the way that I do this, I typically end my plunge on this root because I know that that's guaranteed, more or less. If you want to be do it in a little bit more consistent of a way, that's a little bit slower, but once again more consistent. Instead of doing a plunge, you can just do another pod dash or another pod spin. So you can do this, and as you see, you get a lot more horizontal distance doing this, even though you don't get the speed from the plunge. Let's see. Any last things to mention? You can DM me if you or put more questions if you have any more questions. Fuck this game.